On 10 Tampa Bay Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskins here in the Weather Center, and want to get you updated here on Tropical Wave Invest 91L, this wave we've been watching out in the Gulf of Mexico over the last several days, last week I guess, really more than anything else. It's taken time to get here, that's for sure. I wanted to update you because we've been noticing a lot of rotation around the center throughout the day today, starting earlier this morning. You don't see it as much here in this infrared satellite picture, but I did want to point out some of the taller cloud tops that are showing up here on the right side now of where we think the center is. Let me show you the radar, and that's really one of the reasons why you can really get a better look at it. In fact, look right there. Let me show you. It's right. Watch right in here. See this? That's the center spinning right there. In fact, let's zoom in, and you can really see it now. See that right there? Look, there was a rotation right out here. There was one that was over here earlier, but you can see now there seems to be a pretty good rotation starting to form right in here. Winds are at 35 miles per hour. We just got a 2 o'clock update. 39 is what it needs to be a tropical storm. Natalie said it's Mindy, right?
Mindy's the next name.
Mindy is the next name on the list. They actually just issued a special update at 3:20 this afternoon, just a few minutes ago, and they've raised the chances of this thing developing to 80%. So literally from here to about Panama City, about 80 miles, and that's about 4 hours, right? It's moving northeast at 21 miles per hour. This thing's going to be moving onshore. If you're watching from Panama City and even up in the Tallahassee, look, you've already seen good storms come in here, right? There'll be a little bit of a tornado threat when this comes through. We will have to watch that for this afternoon and this evening in that area. But you can see we've actually had some really good thunderstorms come through earlier in the day. If this can pull in and organized, there'll be a little bit more wind likely out here on the east side and the northeast side as it comes through. Okay, not expecting it to do much in the next 4 hours, but certainly tropical depression or tropical storm could form here by 5 o'clock this afternoon. Right, probably around 4:45 they'll issue it, something like that, if they're going to do that. And that's all I really talked about there. So let's talk a little bit about the velocity. I was just trying to find that rotation. It's actually starting to show up a little bit better there. It's kind of tough to see here, but this is basically showing us some rotation right in there. Okay. Now, the moisture with this, look where most of this is. I mean, it's right up into here, and it's right up into there, right? And that's where most of it will go. But this area here is going to get pulled through as we go through tonight and tomorrow. And that will be our chance for some moisture from this. And I got to be honest with you, it's obviously nothing terrible for us at all. Some heavy downpours, of course. No severe weather is expected. But it's more than anything, it's just heavy downpours once we fire up the storms. And we'll notice a little bit of shower activity late tonight and overnight, not a lot, but then again another round that comes through tomorrow afternoon. So let's go where we're at right now. This rain you see now forming is not associated with the storm. Yeah, the wind's blowing in that direction, right? And so that's helping us form these storms along the sea breeze, and all of this will move to the north and the east through the afternoon hours, right? So if you're watching right along the immediate coast, US 19 corridor, it's going to seem like a quiet day because I don't expect a lot of rain back out on US 19 through the early evening hours. The bigger picture shows that this line is offshore, and it's a ways, don't get me wrong, it's a ways offshore. It's out by, I guess if you are a diver, it's just about out by the middle ground. It's about 100 miles out. And that will likely weaken before it moves onshore, okay? So we're not too worried. Let me see if I can pull up some of these questions we got going on here. Not too worried about this line making it in here, but what will happen is that's the type of energy that will come here. So let's zoom out a little bit. You can see where it is now, right? See all this. Well, look at this. It actually looks a whole lot better on that one. See that composite right there? There's that rotation. So this will come up and do something like this, okay? And that means this, and whatever forms, because this is going to fall apart, but whatever forms down here again will be pulling through the areas we go through tomorrow. That's the extent of it for us. Obviously, the highest, heaviest rain is going to be up here in the Big Bend and the Panhandle of Florida. So nothing major, but yeah, I definitely think we get a depression at least out of this. I wouldn't be surprised with 35 mile per hour winds now, and that center starting to shapen up a little bit. Probably going to get Mindy here before 5 o'clock this afternoon. Let's go through the forecast model real fast. This is for the Tampa area. And you can see that we've got the rain moving inland this afternoon. So this is about 6:30, 7 o'clock. Stray shower left over for the Tampa area, but just about everything is even out of Polk County, really, over towards the East Coast. Now, we're not done with it. And you see a little wave forming. This is about 11 o'clock tonight. Now, we'll have you covered with that. I don't expect severe weather, but just some downpours that you're not typically used to seeing at 11 o'clock at night. And then a little bit of break overnight. Now, the model is showing, can you see where these are coming together here? That's going to produce 1 or 2 showers in the morning. So the model's not showing it, but I'm going to watch that. That's about 7 in the morning. You can see still some of the rain off to our north and the west, but there you go. That line that's out there now, that's sitting out here about 100 miles out, that I think falls apart, we get another one of those to fire up tomorrow. That'll come through here midday. This is about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And it'll kind of get a little hung up along and south of I-4. This is about 4 o'clock. Remember, we've got the Bucks game in town tomorrow night. But that's 8 o'clock, and there it is. We do have a stray shower chance. The model's been saying that all day today at 8 o'clock, but then things would be tapering off right after that. That's about 11 o'clock. So heading out to the game, yeah, we may end up with a stray shower. Be prepared for that. But anyways, it doesn't look terrible. And if you notice, really, that was one line coming through the area. It was not a lot of rain. Now, on Friday morning, here we go. This is 8 o'clock in the morning. We still have showers. This is the tail end of that moisture. It'll be off to the north and the east now, out east of Georgia at this point. But you see the tail end of the moisture will extend all the way out and up into the Atlantic from the Gulf of Mexico across Florida. And so Friday afternoon, that's about 4 o'clock, we'll see scattered showers and storms as well too. After that, high pressure builds back in and we actually start to dry things out a little bit. So you can see, clearly decent coverage today, but mainly inland. Tomorrow we had that line coming through. It's not a lot of rain, guys. It just isn't, but it's a solid line, I think, and so most areas will have a chance at least some rain. Friday, pretty decent rain chance because we have that tail end lingering over. But then look at Saturday and Sunday. I mean, just a few afternoon showers and storms. That's it. So weekend plans are looking good. All right, severe weather threat. As I talked about at the top, there's a marginal risk up here from the Big Bend all the way up to Panama City. And this we would be watching for some isolated tornadoes, okay? Because you're going to have this spin sitting in here, and it's going to come rotating through just like that. And goes in this way. It's this area right here that we're watching for severe weather, okay? So not a major chance, but it will be there when you have that kind of rotation in the atmosphere. Down here in Tampa, the rest of Florida, that light green, that just means we could see some thunderstorms this afternoon. That's pretty typical. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at rainfall. Now, this is what's called the excessive rainfall outlook from Storm Prediction Center. Well, it's probably the Weather Prediction Center. So, essentially, you're sitting here with the heaviest rainfall where we've seen it already. I mean, yeah, we're tracking this thing rotating around here, but look, they've had decent rains all morning in Panama City and some up in the Tallahassee. Expect that continue. So what the yellow means is a slight chance for flooding in that area. Yeah, you probably can see that. We're kind of saturated there as it is too. As we get into tomorrow, this is Thursday, you see that line extends to the south. It's not slight anymore. It's down to just the marginal. It's a 1 out of a 4. Today's a 2 out of the 4 in the Panama City, Tallahassee area. Tomorrow, it's only a 1 out of the 4, and it does extend down to Tampa. But again, that will be that line coming through, and that line could just have some heavy downpours. I'm not concerned about major flooding for us. I do think once the line lays out like this, then it'll be training over the same areas again. And that we'll have to watch for some minor flooding for tomorrow, midday, and into the early afternoon hours. Rainfall forecast from the GFS. You can see where the heaviest is right up in here, right? That red you see there is about 2 to 3 inches. So for the Bay Area, it's like 1 to 2 inches of rainfall. And look, we get 2 or 3 in a big thunderstorm in any summer afternoon. So again, overall, not a lot of rain coming through. But again, we'll have to watch for where it does decide to train, and that could add up a little bit more. You see this area in here, that's what you're getting right there. You're just getting a lot more rain up in the Panama City area. Now, so there's the forecast. As you can see as we go through tonight, not a whole lot of rain. This is for Tampa itself. And tomorrow, this is a forecast from the model. You can see, look at that decent rain chance in the middle part of the day. But notice by 60% by 3 o'clock, 40% by 5 o'clock, 20% by 7 o'clock. So right now the timing looks good. All right, so we'll keep an eye out for that. Elsewhere in the tropics, we'll cover this since we're here. Not a whole lot going on, to be honest with you. We do have Larry and Larry's Cat 2, and it's going to be slowly moving out just east of Bermuda. Bermuda is right there. You can see the center is going to be somewhere right out here just to the east, but they'll get scraped by this for sure. But this is going to be a surf maker, rip current maker, all the way up and down the East Coast. So surfers, yes. In fact, it should be getting to all my buddies in the Carolinas tonight, if it's not already there. I haven't looked at the cams this morning. I was watching last night. But certainly late tonight and tomorrow morning. You should get up early tomorrow morning if you're watching from the Carolinas, even Jersey. Everybody's going to get surf from this. So that's actually a good thing. Finish out the summer almost with some surf. That number is now 80%. They just updated that at 3:20 this afternoon. And then we've got this wave sitting out here. You see it flaring up right there, and then it kind of just falls apart. There's not a whole lot left of it. We'll watch it. Hurricane Center says it thinks it's going to drift to the west-northwest, and it's only about a 20% chance of developing. So that's good news there. Let's see what we got here in the model. This is the GFS showing that moisture. See the yellow up there by Panama City? And then it just kind of moves out. Now, this is what I'm talking about. This is Thursday night to Friday morning, about 8 a.m. Friday morning. You see how this line extends all the way across the state? That's why I still think Friday has a decent rain chance. But then by Friday night, it's starting to dry up, and look what happens here. We're starting to get, not necessarily development, but certainly pressures are lowering in the southwestern Gulf of Mexico. This is over the weekend, Saturday afternoon. It looks like a low trying to form in the Bay of Campeche by Sunday afternoon. Either way, it looks like this is going to get pushed into Mexico and South Texas over the weekend. So if you're watching from there, right now it's another rain event, right? Nothing major development-wise on the tropical map, except obviously for Larry. And Larry's not going to affect that many people. So we're going to get you right back down here to, jumped around here. Let me see if I can answer a couple questions. Get you back to your Wednesday afternoon. Here's a look at that. What do we have? People watching. Victor saying, be happy and stay safe. Thank you, Victor. Michael says, I'm at work and wasting my time. Kelly Clarkson. Cindy says, she's not in town. When is this expected? Cindy, what you're looking at right now, in fact, this is last 12 hours. Let me shorten this for you so you can just get an idea. This is the last 3 hours. So it depends on where you live. I'm not exactly sure where you live. But obviously it's been raining in the Panhandle this morning. It will continue. In fact, it will be a pretty rainy night in the Panhandle from Panama City up to Tallahassee and even down to the Big Bend. Citrus County, we could get some of this trying to get in here later this evening. We'll be keeping an eye on that. We're already developing our own storms here along the Tampa coastline and moving inland, Sarasota as well. So is that it, guys? Any questions? Everybody looking good out there? Hope everybody is doing good this week. How are my garage sale plans? Chris, they're looking good, man. I assume it's on a Saturday. And right now, Saturday morning looks dry. So that's the good news. And then, like I said, Saturday afternoon is not a whole lot of rain coming through. When will the storm make it through Georgia? Robert, technically there's some of the moisture already into Georgia right now. This thing is moving. I'll go ahead and just track it for you. It's going to be a rough track, I can be honest with that. It's moving 21 miles per hour. I'm going to track it at 25 in case it speeds up and kind of lag it a little bit. But doing something like that. So Valdosta by around midnight tonight. That might be a little soon, right? But overnight tonight, this will be moving through especially southeast Georgia and south of Atlanta for the most part. Not that Atlanta's not going to get rain. You can see all the rain in the area right now, especially south of town. But it looks like a lot of this is going to come up and move out to the east right there. Matthew wants to go to Busch Gardens tomorrow. No, Matthew, it's not going to rain a lot, but there will be a line coming through. Go early. And then I think that actually the line won't last too long, but it's going to linger. And it's going to be a question of whether it lingers there or just southward. Right now it looks like it would be just south of I-4. according to the models. But that's a tough call to make because the models are forecasting something like this. You see this? Another one will form here, and because the center right here will now be up here, you're going to get these lines like this. All right? And that's kind of what you're seeing almost right there. So tomorrow it's going to be sitting in there just like that, and that's what we're watching for. Well, it'll be coming from here to there. Don't cancel, Matthew. Okay, guys. Excuse me. Chris, you're having a yard sale on Friday? Thursday morning, Friday. I don't know what you're talking about, Chris. All right. That's it, guys. Have a great Wednesday afternoon. Let me check before I get you off of here and make sure they haven't issued anything else yet. But again, this is up to 80% chance for development, and that is before it goes from here to here. That is over the next 3.5 to 4 hours. So we'll let you know. After that, it's over land. Conditions for development, once it's out in this area, somewhere over in here, are actually not looking very favorable, so it'll just be moisture going up and out. But if it is going to develop, it's going to have to do it really quickly. And look, that's a pretty decent rotation there. So I've definitely seen them name crazier things than that. Do you have a low pressure center? That's the thing. We see rotation, right? You've got thunderstorms around the center. You got clouds over it for the most part. And what you want to have is a lower pressure here than what you do on the outside, right? Closed low. And it's pretty close to having that. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you need anything, hit me up on my Facebook page, Bobby Deskins Weather. And don't forget, Bobby WTSP is my Twitter, and Bobby D Weather is my Instagram page as well, too. All right, everybody, have a great afternoon.